Hello, good afternoon. Please let me know if you can see my screen so that we can proceed. And also, if you can hear me. Okay, I'm trying to set up from my own end. And in 30 seconds, we're going to start. All right, I think I'm going to proceed now. And because this is exactly 3 minutes after 3 p.m. So, welcome to the digital marketing first class. Digital marketing first class, and just like the other live classes we've had this week, it's basically the introduction into digital marketing. This is probably our largest course because digital marketing has a lot more modules and the sorts. So we're going to take it step by step. The bootcamp is a community, and that is why we're there for each other, right? So I'm just going to go right into it. If you have any questions, there's anything you don't understand, you can ask on the community, and we'll be more than happy to assist. So today we're talking about digital marketing. What is digital marketing? Now, I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up my notes. Okay, so what is digital marketing? You hear the word marketing. I'm sure everybody knows what marketing is. And the prefix that is digital is basically just marketing but online, right? So everything that people do in offline marketing, like visiting in the office and products reviews. You take products to people's offices for them to see, flyers, posters, stickers. All those are offline sort of marketing, right? While digital marketing are the digital or the marketing that you do online, right? It's very, very self-explanatory. So there's a lot of branches of digital marketing, like really lots. We have email marketing, we have social media management, we have graphics design, we have a lot, right? And as I always say, it's good or it's important that you pick a niche from the onset, When you pick a niche, it's going to be easier for you to navigate and for you to specialize in a particular what's it called, in a particular niche or a particular industry. So as much as you say, okay, I want to focus on SEO, which means search engine optimization, you can also say you want to focus on email marketing, or you want to focus on web development. Web development is actually also a tail or a wing of digital marketing, because your website is like a digital marketplace. Okay, it's like your shop online or your office online. So your website is the first one that people see, or the first thing that people see before they reach out to you. And then there's a process from the point where somebody clicks on an ad or opens your page and sends you a message. There's a process, step by step process that you have to take them through. That now you can now call yourself a digital marketer, that you have sold something online or you've sold something digitally, right? So that is, I'm trying to pull up my notes still so that I can have, and my internet is quite slow. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm trying to join with my cell phone instead, but let's just proceed. So, like I was saying, I said digital marketing is basically selling online, right? So, it's the ability for you as a person to use certain soft skills to both advertise a product or a service, and number two, take people from being prospects or leads to actually become buying customers. Okay. So um at its core, digital marketing is the heart of businesses nowadays, because there's no business that is serious with themselves that don't have some sort of online presence. If they don't have a website, they have a social media page. If they don't have a Instagram page, they have a Twitter page. Don't have a Twitter page, they have a TikTok page. It's just important that you have some sort of social media presence, because if you don't have social media presence, you cannot make sales on the internet, right? So it is any marketing effort that uses the internet or electronic devices to promote like a service or a brand or a product, whatever it might be. So think about it. You've seen ads pop up on your social media. Sometimes you receive email offers, promotions. They tell you, oh, there's a 50% coupon from maybe Jumia or OLX or Timo, and you're wondering, or somebody sends you a product online, they tell you, oh, buy my ebook for 1,000, or this is what it entails. All these are digital marketing in action. It's not just about paid ads, we'll talk about that later. Digital marketing covers various strategies that help you connect with an audience in a meaningful way. So everywhere your audience is, you have a channel to reach out to them. So if your audience is mostly on TikTok, so let's say for example you sell jewelry, right? People that sell jewelry, their audience or wigs, their audiences are mostly on Instagram and TikTok, right? And it's not just about being on Instagram and TikTok, you have to tell people that you have a product. You cannot take your products to a physical market and then you sit in your car, right? You're not going to make any sales. You have to bring your product out, you have to showcase your product, you have to make some noise and let people know that you have something to sell. It's the same thing on social media. It is like I said, it's not just about paid ads. It offers more measurable and trackable advertising more than the traditional method. So let me explain that. Let's say you listen to a jingle or you post a jingle on a radio station. You don't have a quantifiable number of how many people actually listen to that jingle and how many people actually clicked or called the number or did the call to action that you attached to that jingle. But if you run an ad or you had a social media and you made a post, there are measurable metrics that you can see. So they'll tell you, okay, on this post you had 10 views and you had 5 comments. On this one you had 100 views, you had 20 comments. That way you're able to know what kind of content is working and what kind of content is not working. And like I said, along the line, you will also learn that the kind of post you make on one platform and it's going to blow, it's probably not going to blow on another platform. That's why you also have to learn how to tailor your excuse me, you also have to learn how to tailor your advertising on different or for different platforms. Okay, so the first, this boot camp, we're going to have a lot of, what's it called? We're going to have a lot of assignments and projects because you have to be hands on if you are going to actually get out of this boot camp with something, right? So let's talk about the components of digital marketing before I give you your assignment. So there are different, many aspects of digital marketing or or components of digital marketing, and I will try and explain them step by step. If you've started your courses, I'm sure by now you should have come across some of the definitions you're going to see or I am going to say. But if you haven't, no problem, I will still explain, and later you come across them. It's going to be less of a hassle for you, right? So number one, we have SEO. I mentioned it earlier. SEO stands for search engine optimization. So basically, it is using keywords to run ads. So let's say you sell um, sandals. Okay, if you're selling sandals, your keywords will not be skirts or trousers or hairs. Your keywords will be sandals and people or posts or anything that is related or relatable with sandals, right? So when you're working with keywords, you have to use certain words that you know that people that want to patronize you or that might patronize you, these are words that they search for, right? So you use keywords like sandals in Abuja or sandals in South Africa or brown shoes for a wedding or brown sandals for a party. So you use these keywords so that when people search for them on their Google search engine, your page, your social media, whatever, your website, whatever it might be, it's going to rank up and get them to click. And another thing that's really important is Google My Business, because if you have a Google My Business page, it's also very easy for people to find you and what you do, right? So there are different techniques that come with SEO. After your class, after your course, you will now have to like pick one aspect of digital marketing that you want to focus on. Is it SEO? Is it content marketing? Is it graphic design? But we'll talk about all of them. Talk a little bit about all of them. So that's that about SEO. SEO helps you to get visibility using certain keywords, right? Number two, we have content marketing, the second component of digital marketing. Content marketing is basically creating and distributing valuable and relevant and consistent content. So valuable, that means it's something that will be attractive to your customers and get them to buy. Number two, relevant. It's actually important, it's what they need. If you sell men's blazers, I'm not your ideal customer. I'm not um, your customer bracket or your customer avatar. Your customers are men. So whenever you're running ads, you're focusing on men. Maybe yes, I might want to buy from my husband or somebody, but it's not something that will be consistent. your main audience, or your main audience has to be men. So whatever content you're making, whatever advertising platform you're using, it has to be the ones that men use more than your target audience, right? So there are different things you can use for content marketing. We have blogs, we have articles, we have guides like how-to guides, frequently asked question guides that can help people navigate maybe your website or your app or your product, how to use your product. Then we have videos, on social media now, videos are like the buzz. Everybody's making content videos, jumping on sounds and using trends. That's another way to reach more people. Ebooks as well. Ebooks are also a way of creating of content marketing because you're selling content, which is the ebook. Papers, case studies, stories, social media posts, all these content, as long as they are informing the people about your product, giving them value about your product, promotions, how to use this, how to use that, how to get your shirts to last longer, how to get your hair to last longer. All these valuable content is called content marketing. So the outcome of the importance of content marketing is it helps you build brand authority and helps you engage people and build trust, because just like somebody walks up to you and tells you, "Oh, I want to sell a car to you," there are certain questions you have to ask the person, like where do you work? What do you do? How did you get the car? Right? So it's the same thing. If you go online and tell people you want to sell something to them, they need to trust you. And they can't trust you if you don't have a website, you don't have a social media page, right? And that's why content marketing is really, really important, right? Next, after content marketing, is social media marketing. Social media marketing, like the name implies, is using social media platforms to engage your audience, build brand awareness, and drive traffic to your website. So social media is like like I already said, social media and your website are like your online shops. So they should have enough information about your product or your service, and also have enough information to want to make people want to buy, right? So that's very important to build awareness and to make sales and also drive people to your website or your WhatsApp or wherever it is you have conversations with people. Popular social media pages that people use a lot for social media marketing are Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest. There's a lot. So, like I said, it just depends on where your target audience mostly uses. So, if you're selling professional services for people that work in offices, you know that you have to target people on LinkedIn, right? If you want models or young 19-year-olds to buy dresses that you sell, you know that you have to go to what's it called? Maybe TikTok or Instagram, right? So you need to understand the different platforms, social media platforms, for you to properly get the audience that you're trying to reach out to. Then number four, we have PPC. PPC stands for pay per click advertising. So it's basically paying these platforms to run your ads or to make your ads reach out to more people. So if you only have 2,000 followers or 200 followers on your social media, when you run a sponsored ad, it takes it to 2,000, 100,000, 1 million people, 5 million people, depending on the areas that you set. So when you are trying to be a professional art expert, or you want to be an art expert, you have to like know these locations, there are certain keywords, audiences, interests, and the rest. We're going to go deep into that once you're able to pick a niche. The next one is email marketing, and email marketing is the building and nurturing of prospects and making them your customers through targeted email campaigns. So let me give you an example of an email campaign. You might have a prospect that is interested in your goods, maybe your product, maybe you sell, I don't know, hair products, and you get their email address and then you send them the first email. And the first email is to introduce yourself, your brand, and your product. You're not asking them to buy. In fact, in the first 50 emails, sorry, the first five, first 10 emails, you're not asking them to buy. You're building trust. So every day they open their email, they see something from you, something from your business, and they might not necessarily need that product at that moment. But whenever then that need might come up. Your name is going to come up first because you kept putting yourself in their face. And that is why consistency, no matter the the components of digital marketing that you want to specialize on, you have to try and learn to be consistent. Because at the end of the day, consistency is the key. Number six, we have affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is basically partnering with affiliates. They can the affiliates can either be individuals, they can either be businesses, and you pay them a commission to advertise your product or your service on their own pages, right? So excuse me. So you have a product, or you have a service, and you reach out to people and you say, okay, if you're able to sell one, you get 10% or 5%. If you're able to sell two, you get 15%. That motivates them to set up their own platform or set up their own social media page to upsell or resell that your product. And when they sell to their customers, you guys do your checks and balances and everybody's happy. It's a very good form for partnership. It also helps increase sales without upfront costs because you're not paying them immediately. They have to sell something to get money, right? So it's a very scalable marketing effort. Number seven, we have influencer marketing. It's a bit like affiliate marketing, but the only difference is that you pay the influencers and then they don't get a percentage of your earnings. Okay. So influencers are people that have followers. They have like large followers. Affiliate marketing can be to people that have large followers or people that don't have followers. It depends on them what they want to do. They might want to run ads or sell it to their families or sell it to their followers. As long as they're making sales, that's all that matters, right? But when you're picking an influencer, it has to be someone that has a lot of followers, a lot of reach, and also a lot of influence. That's why they are called influencers. They should be able to influence people to buy from you. So different influencers have different niches. There are influencers in real estate, influencers in beauty, in fashion, in hair. There's different influencers. So it's always important that you try to focus on influencers that are in your own niche, right? Identify the right influencers. Make sure that the compensation models is also something that can help you. So sometimes they might tell you to pay a fee, while others will say, okay, give me a product and I will just for free, give me a product for free and I will make a video and advertise for you. So it depends on you. So the good thing or the outcome or the upside of influencer marketing is that you have access to a broader audience, and this will also enhance the credibility and trust. Because if somebody like a big celebrity or a big influencer comes and says, "Go and buy this thing. I've tasted it. I trust it," it increases your chances of making that sale by as high as 50%. So that's the good thing about influencer marketing. Um, the next one is PR. PR stands for public relations, but online. So let's call it online PR. So this is managing a brand's reputation and public perception with online channels. So you're using people that have influence already, but they are not necessarily influencers. So, for example, you get a journalist or a blogger and you get them to engage with you or to repost your business or your products. Also, when something happens, maybe like the war that's happening, or there's a fire or just anything that happens that everybody is talking about, you also give your own opinions about this controversies and all this crisis. That also helps people to see the public, to see the sort of person you are, to see if they will want to buy from you or not, because you have a lot of competitors. Everybody has a lot of competitors. So most of the time people patronize you because they like you. Okay, so that emotional branding is something that you can build with PR. It helps you build a positive image for your business and also helps with your credibility and gets people to trust you. The so I think those are the main components of the key ones of digital marketing. We have other ones like analytics, CRO, and the rest, but you don't really need all that at the moment so that you're not overwhelmed, right? Okay, so moving on, let's talk about digital marketing channels. I already gave the examples of all the digital marketing channels as I discussed the components, but I'm just going to outline them. Right, number one, like I said, is social media. Social media is important, and we know social media pages like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and the rest. For SEO, which is search engine optimization, you use platforms like Google, platforms like Bing, platforms like Yahoo. For content marketing, you can use platforms for blogs like blogger.com, platforms for, excuse me, for video content like YouTube, social media too. You can make videos on social media for content marketing. Then for no, for PPC, that's pay per click advertising. I already explained that is sponsored ads, and you can run ads on literally every platform now. Google ads, Bing ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, TikTok ads, Instagram ads, whatever ads you want to run. Then there's email marketing. Some main platforms in email marketing are MailChimp, ConvertHit, and HubSpot. Also Gmail, which is the most one people use. Then affiliate marketing. For affiliate marketing, there are platforms that you can use, whether you want to be an affiliate, or you want other people to do affiliates for your business. We have, I think, shareasale.com. Then Amazon also has their own affiliate marketing platform that you can check out. For influencer marketing, you basically just have to go on social media pages like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, even some podcasts as well to find um, influencers. But remember, like I said, the influencers have to be in your niche. So that's very important. What other platforms do I want to talk about? Yeah, for videos, I already said for videos you can use YouTube, TikTok, CapCut, and the rest. If you are into public relations, you can do press releases, even online advertising as well is also a way of getting online PR. So webinars and online events, there's a lot of platforms you can use for those, like Zoom, YouTube Live, like we're doing right now, Webinar Jam, Google Meets, and the likes. So I think I didn't mention podcasts as also as a digital marketing platform. Yeah, podcasts are also a very good way of selling your brand to people. And Apple has a podcast, Google has podcasts, Spotify has podcasts. Depends on what works best for you. All right. So moving on to digital marketing strategies. Or what a digital marketing strategy is. So, digital marketing strategy is basically a comprehensive plan of how you want to promote your brand or your product or your service using different digital platforms. You can, but then it's not really ideal to launch all of these platforms and components and that I have talked about today at the same time. It's always good to take it one at a time. Make sure your efforts are targeted. Make sure your efforts are measurable so that you can be effective, right? So the first and most important thing, if you want to start a digital marketing strategy, is to set your clear objectives. There are different reasons why people come online to run ads. Some do it for website traffic, some do it for leads, some do it for DMs, right? Some do it for to get people to go on their new page or download their app. So you need to know, you have to set clear objectives of what you plan to achieve with a particular social media or digital marketing campaign. So there's an acronym I use, and we call it the smart step, or the smart objectives. So S stands for specific. So specific means you're setting you have clear and detailed goals. I want to get 100 followers. I want to get 20% increase in sales in 6 months. It has to be specific. It's very important. It's also called KPIs, which is key performance indicators. That way you're able to track your progress, if you're making sales or not, and what you should do better next month, right? Number two is M, which is measurable. Then A is achievable. Ensure that your goals are realistic. You cannot say, I want to get 1 million followers in 1 week. It's very possible, but what's your budget, right? So you need to have a realistic goal for your budget. And then time bound. So you have to have timelines. Really important. So you say, okay, in 1 week, in 6 months, in 2 weeks, that way you're able to track your progress, right? So the smart objectives is S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time bound. I'm going to ask this so you should not forget. Okay. So let me give you an example of a digital marketing objective. So first week of the month, you write down your digital marketing objectives. You say, number one, I want to increase my website traffic by 30% in the next 3 months. Number two, I want to generate 200 leads via my new landing page from LinkedIn or from Twitter, right? Number three, I want to boost social media engagement by 50% by number one, paying two influencers, number two, running four ads, number three, making 9 videos. That way, it is an objective that you can use or you can track and you can follow effectively, right? So it's very important for, like I said, your social media campaign to be very realistic. Okay, now moving on, before we move to the last thing today, which is digital marketing tools. Excuse me. The second thing that you need to do to create a proper digital marketing strategy is to know and is to identify and know your target audience. I already spoke about this before. To create an effective digital marketing strategy, you need to know who your target audience is, because you can't sell to everybody at the end of the day. So you need to identify things like, number one, their demographics. Now, demographics has to do with the age, the gender, the location, the income, education level, are they married or single, the social status. This is so if I sell luxury cars and you sell houses, and we have a third friend that sells laptop, and then we have a fourth person that maybe sells dresses on Instagram. The four of us, our audiences are very different. Okay, so we cannot use this. We can't sell to the same audience. Let's even say we have someone that also sells food. The five businesses cannot have the same audience. That's why for every business or every brand that you are asked to represent or you're asked to market digitally, the first thing you have to do is try to figure out who the target audience is. So for different products, there are different target audience. So you have audiences. So you have to know that. So we have the demographics, which is the age, gender, location, and the likes. We have the psychographics. Psychographics has to do with their interests, their hobbies, their values. If you sell gym wares, you're not going to be advertising to people that like to climb mountains or people that like to swim, right? You have to look for people that their lifestyle is gymming or going to the gym or working out. If you sell what do they call these things? These energy shakes that gym people use or gym people drink, and you want to come and sell it in a university or you want to sell it in a high school, your customer is not there. Nobody is going to buy, right? So it's the same way that you probably sell men's shoes and then you want to go to an all female salon, a hair salon, to sell your male shoes. It's not really gonna work. There are barbing shops and other and malls and the rest where you get a target audience of men. Okay, so you have to know these. Another thing is the pain point. Now, pain point has to do with what these people need. What are you trying to solve? What problem are you trying to solve? My pain point might be I need a new car. Your pain point might be you need a new dress or a new shoe. So the people, the digital marketer is going to solve my problem is different from the one that will solve your problem. So you need to identify the different pain points and try to help them. So there are different tools you can use to know who your customers are. On your social media, we're going to have a project on that later. But on your social media, you can check your insights to see the gender and location and the rest of people that patronize you or visit your page the most. And that way you can target your marketing. Then you choose your digital marketing channel. There, I've already mentioned all the channels. You choose the one that's going to work best for you. Do you want to do search engine optimization? Do you want to do pay per click? Do you want to do social media? Do you want to do content marketing? Do you want to do emails? Do you want to do all? It's still very possible. You have a social media page. Sometimes you run ads, sometimes you don't. You're posting videos every week. You're sending emails every week. You're paying influencers once a month. You're using all the different strategies so you can find what works best for you. And when you find the one that brings in the most income, you increase your budget for that particular um, social media channel, right? The next thing is to create a content strategy. Now, content is the backbone of digital marketing. A well-planned content will help you attract and engage quality people that are your target audience. So if the content is not relatable to them, if the content does not attract them or get them to click, then there's a problem, right? So we need to do that. And finally, content repurposing. Content that worked last week will probably work next month. So sometimes it's also good to revisit strategies that worked and get them to work. Then budget is also very important. One thing about digital marketing is the more the higher your budget, the better your ads will do. And that is it. Refine it and adapt. So anything that does not work this month, you go back, you check your books, and you talk about it and you redo it. So that's the beautiful thing about digital marketing. So finally, before we end this class, we're going to do just an introduction to digital marketing tools, right? I will give you a detailed class on digital marketing tools, but just for today, I'm just going to give you a brief overview. So digital marketing tools for SEO or SEO tools, that's search engine optimization. We have Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a website or a tool that helps provide insights into how many people are coming into your website, how many are filling forms, how many are buying, how many are leaving after they just tap on it, probably because the website is slow or the website is not optimized, right? So Google Analytics is a tool that you can use to track your website traffic. Then we also have, I think, SEM Rush. SEM Rush, yes, SEM Rush is a tool, a very powerful tool for SEO and search engine marketing. So it's like an all-in-one tool that can help you for both organic, which is on paid ads, and also paid ads. Then for social media management, we have tools like Hootsuite. We have tools like Buffer and Canva. Canva is a graphic design tool that everybody needs to know how to use. For content marketing, content marketing, there's a tool that's called BuzzSumo. BuzzSumo basically helps you do market research, okay, and tells you what marketing tool is best for you to use. And we have CoSchedule. CoSchedule, I think that's made by Headline Analyzer. It's used to optimize your blog posts. So if you write blogs a lot, it helps you optimize it with SEO. You put in certain keywords that people are looking for. Then Grammarly is also a very important tool to help you with your grammar, to make sure that your grammar is correct. Then for email marketing, we have MailChimp, which is the most popular. MailChimp, there's other ones like MailerLite, there's Brevo, there is St. Paul's, a lot of them actually. So the best thing I always say is all these tools. If when you hear me talk about them, there's a lot. In fact, if you want to start naming tools, I can name tools from now to next year. But the only way that it can help you is for you to actually go back and try to play around with these tools and find what works best for you. So when I mention a tool, please write it down, go back later and try to work around it and see how it works for you. And that's why when I talk about tools, I always talk about more than one so that you can have options. Okay. So for email marketing, like I said, we have MailChimp, MailerLite, Brevo, we have St. Paul, we have ConvertKit. It's a lot, right? So you can check the five I mentioned out. Then for analytics, which is checking your social media traffic, as SEO checks your website traffic, analytics, Buffer and Canva was lost there. Yes, I said Buffer is for social media management or scheduling, where you can make the post for one month, 1 week, 2 weeks, and then you don't have to go back. It just automatically makes the post for you when the time that you put has come. Then for Canva helps you with making small graphic designs for your advertising and saves you a lot of time and money as well. So Canva is a very important skill that you need or tool that you need to learn how to use. So I think we've come to the end of today's class. I don't want to go deep into tools just yet because like I said, we're going to have a class and we'll discuss all these tools in depth. But let me add some project management tools. So project management is basic or tools are basically tools where you write down your tasks and then it helps you see if you are making progress by finishing your tasks or not finishing your task. You can use tools like Asana, tools like Trello. These are the two most popular project management tools. Then CRM stands for customer relationship. They're like databases where you put all your customer information. And this helps you know the last thing they bought, the last time they bought it, and when to reach out to them again. So you can check out Zoho CRM. You can also check out HubSpot or Salesforce, any of the three. So I think that brings us to the end of today's class. We've been up here for about 44 minutes now. So like I say, if you have any questions, let me know. I am going to drop your projects on our community and be ready for I hope you're taking your courses because on Friday we're going to have our accountability calls where we're going to discuss everything that you've done in your courses as well as this particular live class that we've just had. So thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, just let me know on the group and I'll be more than happy to help you. In the absence of anything else, enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you on Friday. Bye. Oh, hello, good afternoon. Fine, thank you. I'm on my way. I will be in church soon. I just closed work. Yeah, thank you. Lavina. No, please, I'm late. Oh, Have you seen it? Oh, come, come, come. Come on, check under this bed, please. Check under the bed, check the parlor. Oh, did you check under the bed? Did you see my key anywhere? 304 304. Jesus Christ. Stop, wahala be this. Let me stop even do that. You know me, I just let me know that we for twist around to take. Take you over. See, you don't understand very big baby. I really hate this thing about this house. Every time. If you don't find something for this house, you never start. Eh? Check, check your bag. Text your husband. Our bed. Eh? Nice. Well, Lovina, should you dey clean this room every day? See how dirty under this bed. Everything there. So do you have any cards? Maybe you can later take care of it. I mean, I'm not gonna leave me. Loving now. Where my pants the way I washed that day with my husband. What you want? Madame. Again? Please don't. Just take the medicine before you do too much. Before you do too much. What do you talk to me? Now hunger. Please you take it. Before you just need it. Go back.
inside there. Drink that medicine, oh.